The Biden administration is reportedly pursuing a new nuclear deal with Iran.
This development unfolds as the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, known as the JCPOA, remains in an uncertain state.
Reports indicate high-level discussions are underway, aiming to curb Iran's nuclear program.
This renewed diplomatic push signals a significant policy pivot. The international community watches closely for details on these sensitive negotiations.
The specifics of any proposed agreement are yet to be fully disclosed. This process highlights ongoing efforts to prevent nuclear proliferation.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fiercely opposes any new agreement.
He consistently views an Iran nuclear deal as an existential threat to Israel. Netanyahu's public statements leave no room for ambiguity. He emphasizes national security as his paramount concern.
His administration prepares for potential diplomatic challenges. This strong stance reflects years of deeply held convictions. He frames the issue as directly impacting Israel's survival. Netanyahu's government pledges to counteract perceived threats from Tehran. Netanyahu's opposition echoes his historic campaign against the original JCPOA in 2015.
He took his concerns directly to the U.S. Congress, delivering a controversial address. This move bypassed the Obama administration, creating significant diplomatic friction. His speech warned of the deal's perceived dangers. Netanyahu's rhetoric galvanized critics of the agreement. This past action underscores the depth of his conviction. The 2015 confrontation remains a defining moment in U.S. Israel relations, setting a precedent for his current posture. The Prime Minister frequently asserts that an Iran nuclear deal provides Tehran a pathway to a bomb. This specific phrase highlights his core concern regarding Iran's nuclear capabilities. Netanyahu argues that any deal allowing enrichment, even with restrictions, ultimately empowers Iran. He believes it does not sufficiently dismantle Iran's nuclear infrastructure.
This claim forms the bedrock of his security policy. He maintains that a robust, verifiable, and permanent prevention of nuclear weapons is essential. His view is that current proposals fall short of this critical objective.
Domestically, Netanyahu navigates a complex political landscape. His current governing coalition relies heavily on far-right factions. These groups share his uncompromising stance against Iran's nuclear program. Their support is crucial for the stability of his government. Any perceived concession on the Iran issue risks alienating these key partners. This creates immense internal pressure on the Prime Minister. He must balance international diplomacy with his coalition's demands. The political tightrope walk adds another layer of complexity to his decisions. A new Iran deal, particularly one that Netanyahu deems inadequate, could severely jeopardize his coalition's stability. His hardline allies might withdraw support if they perceive any compromise. This scenario could trigger a government collapse and potentially new elections. The Prime Minister's political survival is directly intertwined with his position on Iran. He cannot afford to appear weak on this critical national security matter. Maintaining unity within his government requires a firm public stance against the deal. This internal dynamic shapes his external policy. Netanyahu's public opposition risks straining U.S. Israel relations. The Biden administration seeks to re-engage with Iran diplomatically. This divergence in policy priorities could create diplomatic friction between the two allies. Past disagreements on Iran have historically led to periods of tension. A new, vocal confrontation could complicate future cooperation on other regional issues. Both nations aim to maintain their strategic alliance. However, the Iran deal remains a significant point of contention. Balancing shared interests with fundamental disagreements is a delicate act. The situation draws stark parallels to the Obama administration. In 2015, Netanyahu openly clashed with President Obama over the JCPOA. His direct appeal to Congress was widely seen as a diplomatic snub. That period saw U.S.-Israel relations reach a low point. The current friction could rekindle similar dynamics. Lessons from the past highlight the potential for significant damage to the bilateral relationship. Both leaders face pressure to navigate these complex waters carefully. The ghost of past disagreements looms over current negotiations. Beyond Israel, Gulf Arab states also voice profound concerns about Iran's nuclear program. Saudi Arabia and the UAE, among others, consistently highlight Iran's destabilizing regional activities. They often align with Israel's skeptical view on any nuclear deal. These nations seek to counter Iran's growing influence. A deal perceived as weak could escalate regional anxieties. Their security interests converge with Israel's on this critical issue. The shared apprehension creates a broader front of opposition. This adds weight to the arguments against a lenient agreement. For Benjamin Netanyahu, a new Iran deal truly presents a political nightmare. He faces intense international pressure, a precarious domestic coalition, and deep-seated security fears. His political future and Israel's security are inextricably linked to this issue. The Prime Minister finds himself in a high-stakes balancing act. Any misstep could have severe repercussions, both at home and abroad. The unfolding situation underscores the persistent challenges in Middle East diplomacy. Netanyahu's decisions will shape the region's trajectory for years to come.